There's 8 functional areas that got to be managed. Okay? So legal, finance, operations, people, HR, marketing, sales, leadership, and planning. Okay? Every business can be broke down into that. Does that make sense? Well, what we do when we start working with a client is we come in and we do a baseline business valuation from the very beginning of working with them. And we score each one of these 8 functional areas, and we put a score on it. We have a big long questionnaire we go through, and these, when it's all said and done, you come out with an overall quality score. But notice it says quality scores / risk profile, because the inverse of those quality scores is the risk profile, and everything we're looking at from the perspective of a potential buyer. How much risk does the buyer, a potential buyer, see in your business? Well, the lower these quality scores, the higher the risk for the business. The lower scores equals higher risk equals lower value. Does that make sense? And if the risk is too high, you're not even going to sell the business. Okay? Or it'll be a fire sale. Okay? So the idea here is to identify these, and really, you see, each one of these has a score, but really what you need is to be somewhere north of 80% to be best in class. And best in class means highest premium multiple. Are you following me, guys? So you've got to get all these functional areas working, not just 1 or 2 of these areas. They all have to be, you got to hit, there's 8 of them, you got to hit on 8 cylinders. Does that make sense? How would your car run if you were running on 2 cylinders? Okay? So we got to get all of those, and you want them balanced. See how out of balance these are? Okay? You got to pull them all. So here's what happens is you got the lower scores, and then you got some with fairly strong scores. That's because that's what everybody's comfortable with. Whatever they're most comfortable with is what they're going to keep working on. Well, you don't want to keep improving something that's already good. You want to go attack these other areas, and that's what we do with our clients. Okay? And we're going to show you some ways. Does that make sense? I spent a lot of time on this slide because this is the crux of value. Okay? And the last thing I want to tell you is focus on building value. Do not focus on profit. Do not focus on growth. I know this is, you guys are about to shoot me. Like, this guy lost his mind. Focus on building value. Your business is an asset. Focus on increasing the value of the asset and ultimately setting it up where you can sell it. That's the key. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice some profit to make moves to build value.